The road to mastery is generally not one that's experienced in an instant. It actually happens over time, particularly when we are practicing powerful, basic activities that lead us to that road to mastery. Hi everyone, Chris Natzke here with Black Belt Leadership Speaking and Coaching with your Mind of a Champion tip of the week. Last week I talked about one of my favorite subjects, and that's practicing powerful basics. In fact, one of the concepts that I shared with you is an idea that I've shared with literally thousands of martial arts students throughout the last 4 to 5 decades, and that is that black belt is nothing more than the master of the basics. Now, we may not all be martial artists, but each and every one of us can practice basics, powerful activities that we can do each and every day that lead us to be the best person we can be. And last week, what I did is I shared with you my first installment of practicing the basics. And we took a look at 3 powerful activities. Number 1 is the power of getting adequate rest, making sure that we're resting our minds, our bodies, our spirits on a daily basis so that we're at the very top of our game. We talked about the power of great nutrition, putting great things in our bodies, right? Nutritious foods, energy-rich foods, getting plenty of hydration so we can take care of that body temple. And then finally, we talked about the power of movement. And I created a distinction. It wasn't about exercise. It was about how our bodies are designed to move, and that in our current situation, many of us tend to be very sedentary. So it doesn't mean you need to go out and run a marathon. It just means that you have consistent movement with your body each and every day. Well, today what I want to do is I want to share with you the second 3 of my 6 powerful basics that we can use in our life. And we're going to go a little bit deeper rather than the physical. We're going to go a little bit more in the mental, emotional, and spiritual realm of things. So number 4 is what I would call mental growth and expansion. So what this means is on a daily basis is we're doing something to challenge our minds and continue to grow and expand. It's often been said that leaders are readers. And so what we want to do is we want to utilize that muscle in our brain so that we're continuously keeping it active. I mean, I don't know about you, but when I look back at the times that I'm most proud of in my life, even when things were challenging, it's when I was growing and I was expanding. It got me excited for life. And I don't know also about you, but sometimes when I meet people who in their 70s, 80s, and 90s, and they're still on this path of growth, I'm like so excited to be in their presence. So what are you doing to make sure that you're continuously on that growth path? What books are you reading? What podcasts are you listening to? What documentaries are you watching? Are you watching television just to kind of numb out, or are you utilizing it as a tool to continuously grow and expand, not only in your own well-being, but so you can share that message with others? So mental growth and expansion, number 4. Number 5 is gratitude. Gratitude, being thankful for what is. You know, these are definitely challenging times. And if you just put all of your stock in what we hear in the news each and every day, it can be a pretty depressing place. But I know in my heart of hearts that there's a lot of amazing things going on, not only in the world, but in our individual lives. And when we take the time to slow down each and every day and recognize the things we are grateful for in our lives, what it does is it builds up this gratitude muscle, and it also changes our perception. So the more things we identify to be grateful for, the more things we'll see to be grateful for. You know, there's a guy named Robert Emmons, and he wrote a great book that I read years ago called Thanks. And what he talked about is the power of writing down each and every day at least 5 things that we're grateful for before we go to bed. And it did some miraculous things. It helped people in their relationships. It helped people in their health. And it was almost impossible for them to go to bed with a negative feeling in their minds and in their bodies when they were thinking about things they were grateful for. And I think the mystic Meister Eckhart probably put it best when he said, if you say any prayer in your entire life, if you say thank you, it is enough. So where are you putting gratitude in your life? And how are you utilizing it on a daily basis? And then finally, number 6, spiritual connection. Where do you have time in your day to practice the basics of just connecting with something bigger than yourself? Some might do it through meditation. Some might do it through prayer. Some might do it through walks in nature. But when we connect with something bigger than ourselves and we slow down and we let all the minutia that's distracting us kind of go away and we just get centered, what it does is it creates a power inside of us. So that when we show up to serve, to do our work, to be in our relationships, we show up as the best aspect of ourselves. So where do you have an opportunity to really connect to something spiritual each and every day, in whatever mode that happens to be for you, regardless of the faith that you adhere to, even if you don't have a faith that you adhere to, but you connect to something deep inside of you each and every day. So there are my practicing of basics, my friends, that I wanted to share with you. These 6 aspects are things that I attempt to do each and every day, and also with the students and the coaching clients that I work with. When we connect with these and we practice them on a daily basis, they can be absolutely transformational. Now you might say, holy moly, Chris, there are 6 things. I got to incorporate each and every one of those now? No, just choose one and then build off of it and see the difference. And then when it feels right, include the next. And what you're going to see, even if you just include a couple of these basic practices, you're going to see your life transform. I can promise you that. So what is that for you, my friends? Where do you have an opportunity to be master of the basics in your life? So thanks so much for listening. As always, please, if you got benefit from this, like it, share, comment. And this has been Chris Natzke with Black Belt Leadership Speaking and Coaching. And I'll see you next time on the Mind of a Champion Tip of the Week.